All right, welcome back to another episode of the Never Ending Project. Was out doing some road work today, the old Ford, and I noticed some smoke coming out of the exhaust side, and got up underneath there and took a look. And lo and behold, a little petcock guy right there, or I guess the fuel shut off, was leaking fuel out onto the exhaust. So, gravity fed system, um, definitely a problem I'm gonna have to fix because fuel tank's above the exhaust. So I don't want, any big booms to happen while I'm driving down the road. So gonna get everything taken apart and see what the issue is. We'll start on this side with the carburetor. Got to drain the fuel out, and then we can kind of get up there and try to take everything apart on the fuel tank side. All right, let's get a light going here too. All right, so got a fuel tank and drain the fuel out. So I'm getting the carburetor. Should be 7/16 on this Ford. Of course, I can bring one of those over, and the toolbox is a mess. Apparently an 11 works too. Okay, crack loose here. It's close. Try to lose as little as possible. There isn't much in there to begin with, but have you seen fuel prices these days? Stuff's expensive. Get that. Oh, come on, there we go. Maybe. Yep. Stay. I'm gonna sneak around so it doesn't get scared and move. Oh, I need a screwdriver. I screwed myself. Get this opened out. Oh, she's draining. You. Okay. And now we wait. Kind of let that dribble out. I've caught enough of it, I think. Check the tank real quick. See how much is actually in here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to take a little break from this project. It's getting dark out. I got distracted. I'm helping my brother do some foundation work and he's building the shop, so I was over there helping him get all of his stuff situated and get all the, posts and stakes laid out to get ready to build that. So a little bit of a distraction. Running out of daylight. I got maybe 45 minutes left, so I'm not really going to try to do much more today. I'll come back and hit it tomorrow. It's supposed to be a little more sunny out too, so hopefully I can get this fixed. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
I lied.
Okay. So yeah, I ended up making my own daylight because I don't want to wait. I have zero patience. So back to the original issue here. It's been about 2 days since I last looked at this thing. I got distracted with some stuff, putting in a shop, whatnot. So been clearing out space and also have been waiting on the O-ring kit for this. I had to get a SAE kit. I just went to Harbor Freight and picked one up. Or my dad, he picked one up on his way home, so I didn't have to drive anywhere. So I need flathead. Get that out of there. There it is. Fuel's all drained out. Everything's Free and clear. Fuel line's still disconnected from the carburetor over there. Good for your home. Stay on here, bud. Good. Oh yeah. She's a little beat up there, huh? Yeah. I think hopefully it's the O-ring. Little O-ring right on there. Now we just gotta pry that off and hopefully we have the right size. Lucked out and got the SAE. Forgot to specify which one, and he picked up the right one. So looks like it's going to be number 10, which is 1/4 inch. Yep, 1/4 inch inner, 3/8 outer. That should do the trick. On a little bit wider gasket. Oh yeah, it just broke. Oh no. That's a number 10. Cool. And then we'll get one of these guys. Maybe? I think that's the right. That's right. 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Yep. Alright, that should work. Now, go install. Let's see. Try to get in there as straight as possible. Mess up a new gasket. Alright. It's in place. Oh, that feels way better. Seated in there, but not too tightly. Just kind of get it stuck in point. Okay, back out. It feels pretty good. A little bit tighter than last time, but I mean, I think that's probably a good thing. Alright, next step is to get the fuel line all situated and then put fuel in it and see if it leaks. There we go. Look at that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, come on. Yeah, slap it with the old. Yeah, 7/16. Let's go. This guy. Tight, but not too tight because I don't want to strip anything out or whatnot. Alright. That's that. That's that. Haven't messed with the bowl. Connections are as good as they're going to get. Let's dump some fuel in here and see if it works. That. Realistically, I only want to put in just enough to see if it'll leak or not, because I don't really have much planned for this tractor usage-wise until come spring. And then I'll get our 2-bottom plow hooked up on that, and I'll use this as the main plow tractor. It's not leaking yet. sign. Oh, I love it when it's an easy fix. Fingers crossed. Maybe check the tank, see what's in there. It's kind of funny on these old tractors. Literally, the fuel gauge for this thing is it's a dipstick with, like, basically it somehow, with this tank they converted inches into gallons. So you dip the tank with the dipstick, and it tells you whether or not you full, 3/4, half, quarter, or empty. And that is a solid seal. Cool. I'm above the filter line. Yeah, looking like it's working. Cool. So that solves that problem for now. Probably add more and test it out later. But for right now, it ain't leaking. So yeah, this tractor is a 1956 Ford 860. So it's an 800 series and then a 60 model. So it's 48 horsepower rated, marketed as a 50 horse. Two-wheel drive, 6-volt. I got a Patronics unit in there. It's a digital ignition instead of using the original points because I got tired of replacing those every single year. But other than that, everything else is, she's bone stock. Another thing I got to do to this beast is fill these with antifreeze or beet juice. Calcium, yeah, a lot of people have used that in the past, but if I could show you what the rims look like, ooh, buddy, they were just rusted out beyond all belief. So I kept the centers because those are still decent. That's just a lot of surface rust. I need to clean it up and repaint them. And then I just got new outers because these were what rusted due to the calcium. As you add ballast to the rear tires and gives you a little bit better traction, especially being a two-wheel drive tractor. Definitely needs all the help it can get. So this is a updraft carburetor system. So the carburetor sits below the intake and it drafts the fuel upwards into the intake right here, and then it comes out the exhaust manifold up, down, and around. There are kits where you can do a hood exit exhaust, but this is kind of like an orchard exhaust setup so you don't get hung up on trees. I replaced the generator. We were having electrical issues and I couldn't get the other one cleaned up and working. So I've replaced that, fully rebuilt, clean carburetor, new fuel bowl, exhaust and intake manifold. Those are going to be next, but it's also one of those, they're hard to find parts. You can get the remade modern day version and that's not as good as the old version. So it's kind of one of those, I got to keep an eye out for a decent parts tractor so I can hopefully pull one of those off, clean it up, and replace this whole exhaust system because it is, as you can see, rusty and leaky. So not the most ideal setup. So this is the clutch side. It's all, by the way, this is the steering arm and steering box right there. It's all manual steering. There's no power steering, so it's very heavy when you're not moving. But to give you an example, so you come down, right there is the first stage, so that'll stop the tractor, and if you have that little switch right there engaged, the PTO keeps spinning, but you'll be, your clutch in, so the tractor will stop. And then to stop the PTO, you go all the way to the 4. That's the second stage, and then that'll stop everything. And then you can move that switch right there, and that will stop the PTO. So whatever implement you're using will then stop. And then you release, it engages, tractor stays still, release, tractor's off. Pretty neat design. It comes in handy in so many different situations. I'm very, very grateful that this is the model that we have, and it's been a great tractor so far. So yeah, that's that's the basis of, kind of this tractor versus the more modern conventional, hydrostatic. This is a lot more mechanical, direct connection, whatnot. So I do like this style better than the hydrostatics just for maintenance wise. Yeah, that's the Ford 860. That's my baby. That's the really the workhorse of the farm and kind of what got me into farming and tractors in general. Because this was a gift. I think it was a gift, or we bought it for very 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 cheap from a family friend. Um, well, my parents did, and it's kind of just been. It's always been there. It's like it's the old family car or whatever. It's kind of just always been. It's always been there. It's always ran when we need it. Got to put some money and time into it every once in a while. But I mean, luckily tonight the fix was just an O-ring, and it seems to be holding for now. I'll come back and check tomorrow and see if any leaks have sprung. But yeah, that's tractor maintenance. It's always something breaks when you think you have it running right. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I really don't know what's going to be coming next. I'm kind of in a spot where I need to start looking for, maybe part-time work or something so I can get a little more cash flow just because it's been so slow with the tractor work and stuff. Got a shop project going on with my brother. I'll make some videos and keep you guys updated on that. So, yeah, that's all I got. Until next time.